shit.
I can't even have all the motivation I want to because UFC's out here getting their butts destroyed, Brandon Jinx.
Hey, Jinx, I bet on you.
Tommy's just laughing. He's like, I ain't got no invest in either way. I don't give a crap. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm just trying to see Ohio State and Alabama in the playoffs.
I like to see
I like
it
Michigan.
too. I like to see it too. It's time for the elite right now. It's time for the elite. The elite's here. Ain't no bumble. Ain't nobody coming in and out, lagging and all this, falling asleep while they on here. It's the best of the best right now. We giving you the picks, the betting, the odds, and the fantasies. So it don't get much better than this. Rellism Raw Sports Talk, episode 142, part 2. GM Tommy, HNIC Brandon. What's good, fellas? Y'all ready?
Ready.
So Brandon's been kicking our butts, Tommy. He's been kicking our butts these past few weeks. But you know, somebody had to pick it up a little bit. But me and Tommy both got our locks with the 49ers and the Chiefs. Brandon fell off a little bit with the Seahawks, even though both our locks was like by 1 point. At least
mine 13-0.
At least mine was. You know,
mine took an 86-yard touchdown in overtime, I guess, to beat.
Right. But as far as the pickems go, Tommy, you had 6, Brandon had 6, I had 8.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the fantasy goes, Tommy, you said Nick Chubb was going to get 120 yards.
He got passing and rush.
He got 116, baby. That's pretty damn close. And Brandon, your biggest one was Tyler Lockett. Who's going to pick Tyler Lockett? 68 yards and a touchdown. And then mine was Higgins. I said he's going to get 100 yards and a touchdown. 114 and a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So I had 5 right on fantasy. Brandon had 6. Tommy had 5. So that means I win by 1.
And I still lost my fantasy game. So.
You lost your fantasy game? Who'd you play?
I've lost 2-3 in a row.
In the Raw League?
Yeah, and I won in the Raw League. I beat Drew and took over the third seed. Now I'm playing you this week. The other league,
I beat Teague. I beat George Teague by like half a point.
Yo, I told you, Tommy. I told you he was texting me pissed off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, Pittman's gonna come out here and do it. Yo, Pittman's gonna do it. Yeah, that's right. We were texting back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where do you go to school?
Yeah, but he was pissed off, yo.
He also played right here.
0.5 you beat him by.
Hey, it happens.
He was pretty mad. All right, so obviously we know what we talk about because the past few weeks we are picking winners way above the percentage, you know what I mean? And in fantasy. So this week, week 13, like Brandon said, it's a tough week, yo. There's a lot of different things going on. Especially in the first matchup. The Jets are +3 with the Vikings. Everybody's on this Mike White train. La, 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 la. I don't want to hear it. But Brandon, can the Jets win? They get 3 points against the Vikings.
I'm going to go ahead and make this a lock.
This is your lock?
Yeah, because there's not many that I can confidently say is a lock.
Who you locking it up with?
Vikings.
Locking it up. Why is that?
Vikings are a good team, and the Jets are the Jets. Yeah, Mike White looked good against
the Bears.
For the Bears, and he looked better than Zach Wilson.
Right.
Zach Morris is better than Zach Wilson.
The Vikings secondary suspect too, though.
It is.
I feel like
the pass rush is pretty good. Maybe he can throw a couple interceptions. I believe.
Probably could. So you think the Vikings can cover the 3? Vikings cover the 3?
Yeah.
I got that. Who's your fantasy stud?
Mine?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can't say Jefferson because that's obvious.
But is it though? People all up on Sauce thinking Sauce is the man. I don't know.
Yeah, but Jefferson's a rare breed. But
Sauce plays trail. He can't stay with Jefferson.
He can't.
I'm gonna go Hawkinson.
That's my guy too. That's my sleeper, dude.
Or Cousins.
All right, what you think, Tommy?
I got Minnesota. They'll cover the 3. They'll
cover
that 3. And I got Dalvin's my performer. I think he's going to get that team.
I mean, he's like the last couple weeks.
He hasn't been. He's not been dinged, and I don't think New York can contain him as easily as they think they can.
Is he that old? How old is he?
No, he's only 25.
Yeah, because I remember we should have drafted him. We were like one pick away, and the Vikings took.
Because they put Madison in
and we took,
like,
and we took the motherfucker that was beating up women. And I had the jersey hanging up right here. I forget his damn name.
Who was it? Oh,
I forget his name, but I had him right there, and I threw that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
I can't remember. I know you.
I can't remember. I can go get the jersey, but I ain't gonna walk over there. But I'm with you, Brandon. I think it's gonna be Hawkinson. The Jets struggle against tight ends. I hope it's Cook, Tommy, but I think the Vikings will cover. I think the Jets are going to start going downhill, just like the Patriots, just like these other teams in the playoffs. And we're going to start seeing certain teams establish themselves. All right, Tommy, your Broncos that you got to see live and in person. Live and in person, you got to see how horrible they are.
They're bad.
I felt bad for you, dude, because I really wanted them to do
it.
You was there.
How you going to feel bad for Tommy? He got a PS2 jersey.
No, I'm not. I
mean, PS2 jersey.
I wasn't even mad at the game. I was happy to see my team.
Ollie Wilson to throw 2 touchdowns, couldn't throw one.
Tommy, everybody on your team could have got hurt. Russell Wilson could have passed away. Thank God he didn't. You got a PS2 autographed jersey. Yeah. It didn't matter what happened after that.
Not after that.
You and your wife was eating good. Y'all had a good day. You saw your team, and you walked home with that jersey.
Yelled at Russ, yelled at Hackett. I like that. Baltimore wins.
But you rubbed the luck off on him getting burnt by DJ Moore all game. No.
And DJ Moore only burned him once.
Nah.
He was on my
The other was his own pass. It was his own pass on the second.
So they're playing your other man crushing Lamar Jackson. Broncos are getting 9.5. I don't even think they're gonna score.
Opened at 6.
Can they score 9.5? Who you got, Tommy?
I've got both. This is my lock.
This is a lot for Tommy.
And I don't want to make it my lock because I'd easily like to put Cleveland as my lock, but I think this is the strongest lock of the week.
All right.
Both we have
y'all
trouble.
Ever gonna get it together?
We can't cover an edge for nothing right now. And we've never been able to cover that edge on a fast quarterback.
That's been any offense. That's all you need because Baltimore doesn't look good.
We can't score. We can't score for multiple reasons.
Why?
Yeah. In the last two games, we've not had KJ Hamler or Jerry Jeudy on the field. It's Sutton and Greg Dulcich. I mean, it's Lamar. We've got Murray, Dulcich, and Sutton for Russell to play with, and a third string tackles.
So, Jeudy ain't back yet.
Judy's not back yet. Jeudy hasn't been playing. It's
like
hurt.
Brandon said, hurt.
We have more money than any team on the league on IR. There's more money in Denver on IR than any team in the league right now. It has been for the last 3 weeks. So
I thought for sure they would get it on Carolina, but man,
no, it was.
All right, so the Ravens, who struggle at scoring, also, who's gonna be your fantasy stud?
My fantasy stud coming out of that day. It's really, every team has proven what to do with Denver in the last 2 weeks. What Vegas did and what Carolina did was pound the ball, and not stop it. So Gus Bus is coming back.
Gus.
Yeah, I'd say Gus is going to get his touchdown today.
He'll get probably.
You feel good about Lamar in that game?
Oh yeah, Lamar's going to get
running the ball.
He'll get his points on the ground versus us.
I'm going with y'all. Mine is Tucker. I think it's going to be a field goal game. I think he might kick 4 field goals, dude.
That'd be nice.
All right, Brandon, your brother's team, the Steelers. It's a pick.
Yeah, I got Baltimore too now. Yeah, go.
I don't know. I didn't ask you that.
No, but I got him.
Who's your fantasy person? Who's your fantasy person?
Demarcus Robinson.
What?
Whoever starts hands not covering.
I like it though. I like that. Might be it though. All right, the Steelers. Pick'em is where I got it with the Falcons. Steelers big game on Monday night against the Colts. Falcons fell to my Commanders. What we looking at?
I got Pitt winning.
You got Pitt winning.
Yeah.
Who's your fantasy guy?
I love me some George Pickens. I always say him. But I'm going to go Kenny Pickett.
Oh, the Kenny Pickett. What's he going to do?
Does something.
What's he going to do? 2 touchdowns? What?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns will be a lot for him. So, yeah, 2 touchdowns.
Are you sold on Pickett?
I think Matt Canada is the worst offensive play caller in the league. I really do.
Worse than the Patriots?
Or Nathaniel Hackett?
I don't know who
or the Broncos.
14.9 points per game.
I thought y'all had who's calling y'all's play?
Right now, it's Kubiak took over the last.
Kubiak, what happened? He used to be the shit.
No, that's Gary. It's his son.
Oh, okay.
Lord. Oh, Lord, it's his son. He just fell into. That's what I was talking about by coaching. See, all this coaching shit, this bullshit. Who you got, Tommy? Steelers, Falcons.
Steelers. I got the Steelers taking this one. I think TJ's been a huge addition, and Atlanta's bad. And like you said, we're going to start seeing that separation. But my pick,
they don't even try passing the ball, dude.
Yeah, because Atlanta's so bad, and we've seen a lot of it in coverage in the media this week. I'm looking for Deontay to get in the end zone.
I wish
first one of the year.
He ain't doing shit for me.
First one. I mean, he's got tons of PPR potential. He's still a PPR 4 guy, but he ain't getting to you.
Ben loved him and targeted the shit out of him.
No. I'm with y'all. I think the Steelers are feeling good about themselves. TJ changes everything. And I'm going with the robot. Every week, I think Najee Harris is going to be out. He plays. This dude is the toughest dude. I don't even know what's going on. I think he's going to be there, and I think he's going to score a touchdown.
I'm glad he did last week. He got me a win in one league.
Yeah. TJ. All right, so Titans, Eagles. Eagles are giving away 4.5. Tommy, can Ryan Tannehill win? Titans have been showing up against tough primetime matchups. Now you're playing the Eagles. Can they win? Or
no, they're not beating Eagles. What's the points on that spread?
4.5.
4.5. It opened at 7.
They opened at 7?
Yes.
I'll take the Eagles and I'll take the Eagles and they'll cover. They'll beat that spread.
Eagles cover.
Yeah. But see,
why is that?
Who's going to show up?
Who's going to show up?
I think they win by the touchdown. And my fantasy stud, he's going back. He's going to get a feast on his old team. Brown.
I hope so.
That's my.
He might get 3. I mean, this guy's incredible. I'll say 1 in 100. I'll say 1 in 100, but he's going to
100 and a tutty.
Because Devontae's not playing.
It's Miles Sanders.
Not playing.
Devontae Smith, I don't think he's gonna be able to play.
All right, Brandon, what you got? Brandon, be on these numbers.
I got the Titans. Give me the Titans with 4.5.
I had a feeling he was gonna do that, yo.
They haven't been beaten by more than 4 points yet this year. So,
you heard that? Would you say that again?
I said they haven't been beat by more than 4 points at all this year. So
that's crucial.
They got 4 losses though.
Yeah, they do.
Because they got Tannehill being the quarterback. That's
what.
Go USC, let's go. Go ahead, Brandon. Who's your fantasy guy?
I'm gonna get a sleeper that it's gonna get a touchdown. It's gonna be Quez Watkins.
Quez with the sleeper. That's bonus points if that happens. Quez. I'm going with the Eagles, and I'm just like you, Tommy. I think A.J. Brown's gonna feast. They can stop the run. They can't stop A.J. Brown.
Can you stop there?
I mean, they got the big boy back. Plus, they got Sue and the other boy.
They couldn't stop Brian Robinson. I mean, shit.
Big boy went back.
But the big boy went back. The big, what's his name? Jordan
Davis.
Yeah, he went back. He's back now.
He's a big boy. Henry, a grown man.
I mean, I saw him not score a touchdown again. I'm just saying, Jordan Davis, that dude's humongous.
Huge.
Jaguars, big time win. Come back with Tommy's Ravens. They're getting a point against the Lions, who Tommy said could still make the playoffs. So, Tommy, who you got, baby?
Jaguars. I got the Lions winning that game.
Lions
win that game. Yeah, they're going to run all over Jacksonville.
Why they going win?
But it's
touchdown USC, let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be the RB2 who's currently really taking that 1A role, and that's Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams is he's seriously good.
Third stringer.
Yo, Williams is out here buying everybody on the offensive line jackets. Y'all see that? Custom jackets and everything.
He should. I mean, Swift would get the shit if he was in the game. I'm sure.
He can't stay healthy though, man.
He's healthy. I just don't think they like him. They
I'm
don't
want to play him too, man. I'm nervous about it. Go ahead, Brandon. Who you got? Lions?
I got the Lions covering one, yeah.
What's the reason?
I just think I don't think they can slow down that. Well, neither one can. I don't think they can stop that St. Brown and all them weapons. I just really don't.
So who's your fantasy guy?
Obviously, St. Brown's one of them, but I can go to the other side of the ball. Go Zay Jones. I have a big game, but I don't think
Jones has been killing. I'm going the same way. I'm going to the Lions, and I think it is St. Brown. But I'll tell you what, the Jaguars are one of them teams.
No, they're getting
feisty.
together.
Both of these teams are feisty. That's the craziest thing. I think these teams, the next 2-3 years, especially when Lamar goes to the Lions, they're going to be big time.
I think Bryce reunites with Jameson Williams.
I do too.
You think so?
Watch it
I'm
out.
not high on Bryce.
Jameson, the best receiver in that draft.
I just
They
don't
said
think
he's so.
Bryce
But he came back to practice. They said he's the fastest player on their team by far.
He would have
said
won the Heisman if he didn't get hurt.
They said 3 fast.
Smoke anybody. He
Every time
might
they said
smoke
his name.
Tyreek Hill. He's that fast. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
So you give Lamar weapons?
I don't think Lamar.
Lamar doesn't do well with speed.
Lamar
needs
said
big
their
receivers.
name for some reason.
Lamar
Right?
does not need speed. He does
I
not do
think
well
he's-
with speed.
Why
I don't
not?
think they're letting him go.
That's just like saying Tua don't need more speed because you got Waddle.
Tua does well because he's accurate. He gets the ball out there. Lamar needs somebody who can catch the ball that's not always there where it's
They
supposed to.
catch the ball, they're fast enough. We'll see. All right, my Commanders. We're actually favored on the road against the Giants.
That's crazy,
this is
right?
tough right here, Tommy. What do you think right here? The Giants?
This is a tough game.
They're giving away two. I don't even know how we're favored.
I've got the Giants. I think y'all are making a fool's move there with playing Chase Young on that turf.
Is he going to play?
Yeah,
This was like 2 weeks ago.
He's going to play this week, and he's going to come out on MetLife Stadium, and their turf is horrible. So I've got the Giants really taking control of that game because of the I don't know factor about your defensive line. I don't know what's going to happen once Chase hits it and how much that's going to fluctuate your defensive line. And you're playing Saquon. You're playing
I think
Saquon.
Atlanta's pretty good.
I do too, but anytime you start mixing it, you run into a little bit of flux. And I know that the New York's line, their O-line, is playing top notch. They could hurt you guys.
Who's going to be the reason why the Giants win?
Daniel Jones.
What? I don't know, Tommy. Daniel Jones, you said wouldn't be a starter. Who's going to be a backup?
Not going to be a starter. He's going to get challenged. He's going to get challenged by Tannehill. I like him being challenged next year. Franchise.
Both of them suck, dude. Neither one of them can get you over the top.
I got to pick between him and Heineke. I'm picking Daniel.
So you're saying Jones is the fantasy sleeper? He's fantasy sleeper. Guy. What's he going to do?
He'll get you 20. He'll get you 20. He'll get you 20 with 2 touchdowns.
2 TDs and 20.
I think that's all Josh Allen,
right? He's going to run some.
Yeah.
What you got, Brandon? Giants, Washington.
I got Washington covering.
Washington covering.
I have not been impressed by the Giants the last 2-3 weeks. Saquon's been shut down and irrelevant in the last few games.
Is he hitting the wall? Is Saquon hitting the wall?
It's all they have. So that's all you got to focus on.
And now Slayton is out.
Yeah, I mean,
who they gonna throw the ball to?
And even if they have weapons, he's not gonna beat you with his arm, man. And
his legs.
He can run. And I've always given Daniel Jones way more than anybody else.
He's not terrible, but
so who's the factor? Who's the fantasy factor for you?
Well, you got one healthy running back, so I'm not gonna go with. I mean, I think McLaurin has a big game.
Is he? Because the last few games he ain't been doing nothing.
He hasn't. And I'll tell you, he really hasn't. It's Logan Thomas. That's why I dropped his bum.
Logan or Samuels, as y'all keep talking about.
It's the white tight end I've never heard of catching shit. I'm thinking it's Logan Thomas.
But I'm actually going to pick my team. Fine. I'm going to actually pick them. And I think it's going to be Brian Robinson Jr. that's going to do it. Antonio Gibson's probably not going to play. If he does, he ain't going to do much. And I think that he's going to show off.
Because who's y'all's backup? I mean, y'all even have one now?
I mean, they got somebody. I don't know. Brian Robinson. Maybe 17 carries. All right. The crazy game, Brandon. I'm going to let you start since you already pulled the upset. The Browns -7 going at home to the Texans. Deshaun Watson going to get the rub down. The Browns going to cover. The Texans going to squander it. What?
I got the Texans with the points.
Texans with the points. And who's going to show off for the Texans? Because Cook ain't playing. Just messing my whole fantasy team
just played last week.
They said he's not playing now.
He probably don't want to play.
Fucking Utah bitches.
They scored again.
He's scared of what Deshaun's going to do.
They can't tackle at all. Garbage.
I'm gonna go Dameon Pierce, man.
I hope so, man.
And
talk about somebody.
I'm gonna go Houston's defense, getting a pick or two.
Houston's defense.
I'm telling you, Yeah, Watson's better than Brissett, but they've
Damian
been
Pierce
with
only
that
played 13
cadence.
games.
Brissett's been out there. It's gonna take some getting used to, man.
What you got, Tommy?
I mean, I've got Cleveland winning that game. I think they're going to blow them out. Blow them out. And the fantasy guy you guys are going to be watching for, you're going to be like, dang, I didn't know he could do that as well. Nick Chubb might catch a few this week. So I'm gonna say plus 3 receptions, plus 30 yards on Nick Chubb for receiving.
Chubb's your guy?
Yeah.
I'm with you, Tommy, 100%. I think the Browns covers destroy them. Chubb is my fantasy guy. And don't forget about him not playing maybe the second half. Kareem Hunt might get
and Hunt comes in.
too.
You don't think
Hunt
it's gonna be
might come
close?
in there and do something because he ain't been showing. They ain't even utilizing Hunt. I mean, I don't even
Is there? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you, what's their record? Browns
4-7.
4-7.
Well, they're eliminated. But say Watson comes out, shits the bed. You got a controversy because Brissett's done. I ain't.
No, not a $250 million guarantee.
Yeah, exactly. Money
over winning, right? Money over winning.
Money over winning every time.
If Brissett wouldn't have blown like 3 games, maybe I'd say that.
I mean,
I would love to see Brissett play the game and Watson not play, and say "fuck you, NFL" for doing that shit.
I would like Watson to at least.
I would love to see Brissett play and Watson not play at all.
No, I don't know.
What are the announcers going to talk about? What would the announcers say?
This sucks.
Mention it. They're not going to mention it.
They couldn't say anything, but now Watson's going to play. They're going to talk about everything in the world going on. It's bullshit. All right, the Packers. Here you go, Tommy. Packers 3.5 against the Bears. They say Justin Fields is going to play.
He's going to play.
So you got both of your quarterbacks right there. Fields, Aaron Rodgers. 3.5 for the Packers. Did they cover?
No, I've got the Bears winning this game.
What?
I've got the Bears winning this game at home.
Tommy said Bears win.
I mean, I know Aaron Rodgers is bad, but I really don't like the Packers defense.
No, he sucks, dude. Remember, he sucks.
Right, he's horrible. It just sucks.
He's never done anything.
I really do like Justin Fields. And the reason why Justin needs to play, and he feels like he has to play, is because the Bears are looking at a top 10 pick. And there's a lot of QBs in this year's draft. He is not sold on being the guy. There easily could be, let's trade Fields to this team and pick up this QB we do like. Fields is still being looked at as that.
Is anyone going to trade for him?
Yo, are you serious? You
Yes,
don't think Chicago's sold on him?
Chicago's not sold.
I don't think they're going to give up on him yet.
Chicago is sold on him, yo.
But if he does 3-9 next year at the same time,
talking about what if for next year as a right.
They're looking back on it. So when Chicago's sitting there at pick 5, and Bryce Young staring him in the face, or CJ Stroud staring him in the face, Justin Fields better play this game.
I don't think either one's gonna be available when they're picking.
It doesn't even matter.
They're 3-9. They could be pick 3. They could be pick 4. They could pick 5. They could easily be staring at Bryce Young or CJ Stroud in the face. Justin Fields doesn't play this game. That's a lot harder decision to make in Chicago, not to take that guy.
I didn't know he had epilepsy. Justin Fields.
Yeah, that was one of the things that caused him to slip.
They're sold on Justin Fields, dude. What do you mean? This dude's been terrorizing the league the past 3 weeks before now.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
For you to say they're not sold, Tommy.
I don't think they are.
Tommy, your organization could dismiss Russell Wilson at a cheap cost.
Not until 2 years.
You're talking about they're not sold on Justin.
We can't get a Russell Wilson for
after next year. You can.
No, it's 30 million.
Well, whatever. 2 years, whatever. That shows how horrible y'all gonna be for the next 2-3 years. Then, Tommy, come on. Chicago's in love with him, dude. Right now,
I don't think they are.
Wow,
I think with the right coach and the right system,
interesting.
He can be really good.
I agree with Brandon on the right coach.
Who's your fantasy guy, Tommy?
My fantasy guy in that game is Justin Fields. I think that Chicago should be sold on it. I think he is the guy for them, but I don't think Chicago right now is ready to give him the franchise. Not in the face of 2 already anointed greats. Justin Fields hasn't been anointed as a quarterback yet. Like, we know he's fast, and we know he can run the ball 200 yards in a game. Has he thrown for 250 and 3 touchdowns? When's he done this? When's he sat in the pocket and really said, I'm going to beat you here? We don't know he's a QB yet. I know it's the Lamar argument. But
I was about to say, like,
Lamar's got an MVP.
So he can't.
So what?
In an entirely different winning percentage.
Steve Nash got 2 MVPs.
He's not 3-9.
Tommy, I love you, Tommy.
His rookie year, he's not 3-9.
Okay, out of that draft class, who's the best quarterback in that draft class?
Which draft class? Last year?
Justin Fields quarterback draft class.
Justin Fields been the best quarterback, but that's not saying a lot. What quarterback
do you
in that draft
think, do you
class
think the Jaguars are sold on Trevor Lawrence?
No. What quarterback in that?
No, Trevor's better than Justin Fields. Trevor's better than Justin Lawrence.
Yeah, more than Justin Fields. They're sold on him more than Justin Fields. But does Trevor Lawrence get a next contract if he continually puts up losing seasons?
You don't think he's getting better and better each week?
He's great.
For a real coach?
I don't know.
He can make some good throws. He can make every throw.
I like Trevor Lawrence more as far as future prospects, but the best quarterback coming out right now is Justin Fields out of that draft. But what of all those quarterbacks in that draft class, which of them performed up to expectations? Which one are we looking at and going, you did what you were supposed to do?
None of them.
None of them.
Yeah.
So they're all on the hot seat.
How often does that always happen now?
They're all on the hot seat. CJ Stroud and Bryce Young they're huge. They've been around for 4 years, those things.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Oh man, USC. This shit might go over.
Trevor was too, though.
I'm gonna take the Packers.
Yeah, I got it.
And it's gonna be Rodgers. Rodgers is gonna just build his stats because that's what he has to do against a mediocre scrub ass defense like the Bears. That's all it is. That's the only reason why he's playing. He don't want Jordan Love to play, and he wants to build his stats up. That's all. The only reason why he's playing. He would have walked out if it's a tough team. We know that. We know it. Seahawks Rams, Brandon. Seahawks Rams.
You got me for the Packers. Didn't
you already say the Packers?
Yeah,
shit, you didn't say it. Who's your guy, Brandon? Tommy worked up with the Justin Fields shit. What the hell?
Watson.
Oh, you think Watson's coming back? Watson's that guy, you think?
Yeah, he's ridiculously fast.
He looks like he could be, right?
He's fast as shit. So.
He's confident, too. I like it. He's confident. All right, Brandon. Seahawks -7 versus the Rams. Everybody's out. Aaron Donald, Stafford, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, which makes it think it's too easy, right? But I'm going to go with Seattle.
Who's your fantasy guy?
Kenneth Walker.
Yep. What do you got, Tommy?
I've got Seattle as well. And take somebody different on that fantasy. I'll go ahead and say Geno. Geno will be start worthy again this week.
What's Geno gonna do?
He'll go for 250 and 50 on the ground.
They're trying to re-sign him.
Maybe 40 on the ground. He might fall under that ground roll, but he will move some first downs.
Regardless what happens at the end of the year, would Seattle do good by keeping Geno?
They try to keep him.
Seattle's got like a top 4 pick because of us right now. They're going to get a quarterback.
Right. That's what I'm asking.
Or would they get? I don't know.
That's what I'm asking you. Should they go after a quarterback and invest in the team? Is Geno proven enough?
No.
He has not proven enough to be a starter.
What is he, 6-5? He's 1 game over 500. They're going to go get a quarterback. He's a backup last year, and he's 1 game over 500 this year. He's not their answer.
Okay, you agree?
Answers. If you can get somebody in free agency and take the best player to draft, like Will Anderson Jr., take him. So
I'm looking at their team and I'm like, well, maybe Geno is that dude. We talked about all these other quarterbacks that's going to be up for whatever. Get one of them to be your backup just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. I think you got to pay Geno. This ain't his final year.
No, he's
already under contract. Save that money and
free agent
somewhere else, right?
Free agent, I think. Yeah,
he is a free agent next year.
Oh, they do got to
pay
him something. They do got to pay him something. Well, depends on how much he's asking for. All right, Brandon, your team, the Dolphins. Y'all getting 4 against the 49ers. 49ers versus 49ers. Here we go. Big time matchup, Brandon. 4 points for the Dolphins. What you got?
It's gonna be close, but I'll take us with the 4, but we're gonna lose by 3. Just because.
See that fucking Hansbrough jinx shit. You see how he does it, Tommy?
He gave you both edges. He gave you both edges.
He does that Hansbrough jinx shit. Go ahead, Brandon. Who's your fantasy guy?
I'm going to tell you what. Sharon Armstead's out. Both our starting tackles are out.
Both their tackles out. So what? The 49ers are missing people too.
Most has got
a historically great defense, but they haven't beaten anyone at all that's any good.
Well, you said y'all gonna lose. I don't know.
And they lost to the Bears.
You said they're gonna lose. I don't know.
I mean, they know our offense, so
you keep making all these damn excuses.
All right, goddamn.
Only one of these teams has an elite defense.
What you say? You gonna win then, Brandon?
Yeah, we're gonna win.
That's right. Y'all gonna win then. Let's go.
Who's the fantasy guy?
Who's your fantasy guy?
Waddle.
That's a good pick.
I mean, I can go with Tyreek, but that's
I like Waddle. Go ahead, Tommy. Who you got?
I mean, I think only one of these teams has an elite defense, and that's the 49ers. I'll take that.
Yeah, we have no defense.
I don't think Miami has an elite defense. I think they have a good defense.
That's
what
we have no secondary.
Yeah, exactly. You have weak
Let me ask you a question, Tommy. Let me ask you a question. With the elite people in the AFC, the Bills, Dolphins, Chiefs, none of them really have an elite defense.
None of them have an elite defense. The elite defenses are in the NFC.
That's what I'm saying.
It's scary in the NFC.
The best defense in the AFC is the Titans, probably.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Who's your fantasy guy?
Unfortunately.
But my fantasy guy is actually the one player that Mike McDaniels can account for on San Fran, and that's Christian McCaffrey.
I knew he was going to say that.
He's never seen a guy like that play in that offense.
If he's healthy enough.
So he's going to have to do it passing.
He's always doing it passing. But that's where it's going to.
I think Kittle gets off on us. But
he could.
I am picking Miami to win without the points. And I think Tyreek Hill is going to make the biggest play at the end of the game to win the game. Because he's been leading everything, all these statistics and everything else, but he don't have that signature moment. I think it's his signature moment right here. All right, real quick. Chargers, Raiders, Brandon, Chargers, Raiders.
This is the funniest, weirdest game. It opened at Chargers -4. Now it was Chargers favored. Now it's Vegas favored by 1.
Yeah, I got Vegas +1. Right.
It was Chargers plus -4.
Raiders -1. Yep.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers to win the game, just because of that line change, and I don't understand why it changed like that.
I don't know why it changed either.
I've got the Chargers.
Who's your
fantasy? Palmer.
That's who I got too. Damn, you on my shit. Me and Brandon got the exact same thing. Go ahead, Tommy. Who you got?
I've got the Chargers winning the game, but the fantasy guy you're going to want to have in this game, the only player that's going to do it.
Don't say Eckler, dude.
No, Jacobs. Even though he's not going to get the win, but he's going to get the fantasy win
on a bad leg.
Chargers on a bad leg. Stop the run
on a bad leg. Chargers are the worst defense I've ever seen in the run for the last 3 years.
Are you scared of the Chargers if they get in the playoffs?
No, they cannot stop the run. They're a horrible playoff team.
We just talked about the elite AFC teams.
Their defense can run the ball, really.
They can score as much as Kansas City and Buffalo.
They cannot stop a team from stopping them from scoring. They get
none of them can, right?
No. Oh yeah, a lot of other teams can stop the run better than the Chargers. The Chargers are like 32nd.
No, but it's kind of still
multiple years in a row.
All right, Chiefs Bengals. Chiefs -2. Go ahead, Tommy.
Chiefs and Bengals. I got the Chiefs, of course, winning that game. They're definitely going to take the wax the Bengals. The Bengals don't have enough spread talent. They've got some stars, but they don't have enough spread talent to stop Patrick Mahomes. So, and then your fantasy stud right there is going to be
Pacheco. Fucking Utah. Who is it?
Pacheco. They're finally running
that. I like that. Pacheco. Who you got, Brandon?
I got the Bengals winning. Burrow going 3-0 against Pat. The only quarterback that's unbeaten against him.
Who's the fantasy guy?
My guy that's returning this week,
Jamar Chase. I'm going with you, Brandon. I'm going with you because Kansas City has lost 7 out of the last 8 times against the Bengals. And that includes playoff games.
And the
Bengals are on a roll, dude. I'm trying to tell y'all. The Bengals are on a roll, and y'all keep letting them sleep. And he's had a connection with Higgins. I think Higgins is the fantasy guy. And they're going to do some big things and shock the Chiefs and put them in the conversation with the top 4 teams in the AFC. All right, Brandon, Colts and Cowboys. Colts are getting 10.5.
I'm going to be the only one picking this. I'm gonna go with the Colts because
Why?
they didn't. I'm gonna tell you why. They left. They could have flexed the Dolphins and Niners or somebody.
Yeah, they could have.
They left this game on Sunday night. Why?
Ooh.
Nobody wants to see Matt Ryan not score, right? So he's gonna score. It's gonna be close. Cowboys will struggle, but they'll win.
Right. They ain't gonna cover 10.5, right?
No.
Who's your fantasy guy?
Dalton Schultz.
Okay. Who you got? I know who Tommy got.
Yeah,
Dallas
I got
cover.
Dallas gonna cover. Dallas defense for the fantasy player.
The defense.
The defense. Michael might get 2 today.
Why would you give the Colts back-to-back primetime games after watching
so Michael Parsons can go off and show you he's defensive player of the year?
No, he's not.
I saw the Colts beat the Chiefs, almost beat the Eagles. And if Jeff Saturday had some kind of training being a damn coach,
and they beat the Raiders in his first game.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking
the NFL hates the Raiders, though. They set
the points with the Colts. And it's going to be Jonathan Taylor's show because the Cowboys cannot stop that run. Damn it, Utah. It's over. I lost.
More points to be scored, dude.
I lost. All right, final game, guys. Final game. 2 minutes left. Saints plus 3.5 and Bucks. Tommy, you went on a lot and saying it was a lot for you one game with the Saints, and they got obliterated. Are the Saints going to win?
They didn't start Winston that week. That's why.
They're never going to start
I got the Bucks.
Winston.
I know it's crazy. I got him starting next year and Dalton backing up New Orleans in my list. But I've got Tampa winning this. Tampa winning this.
Fantasy guy?
Fantasy guy, White.
That's who Brandon had last. And he had 64 yards, 45 reception yards. Brandon called that one. Go ahead, Brandon. Who you got?
I got the Bucks. Making a statement.
And who's the fantasy person?
I'm going to go with the GOAT.
What's he going to do?
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns?
That puts White out the picture.
No, he can catch.
This is my lock.
This is your lock.
It was destroy the Saints. Tampa Bay will destroy the Saints. They'll cover the 3.5 easily. And it's going to be Godwin with 2 touchdowns.
Godwin. He needs to show up.
Godwin. Because Mike Evans, one dude fights all the goddamn time.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I think it's Godwin.
Lattimore?
Yeah, Lattimore. They be fighting every game, yo. They fight like back in the day.
They don't give a. It is on site.
Yo, Josh Norman and Odell Beckham fighting. They be fighting like that shit. We're under a minute to go. Rellism Raw, episode 142, part 2 with the elite, giving y'all what it takes to win and make money. Thank you guys for staying up late. Appreciate y'all. December 15th, McAdoo's. Next Wednesday, I got Corn, JMU alumni, and Fanatic fan on. Appreciate you guys. Thank
you, Troy Rank, for talking with me. Appreciate it. Number 7.
Keith, hope you feel better, Keith. Hopefully he can make it out too. Tommy, you coming out 15th?
Oh, you know I'll be there. I'm gonna eat me a big sandwich and have me a beer and talk some sports with my guys.
Tommy, look, Brandon, you got to start coming out, man. I'm about to pick your
man. If it wasn't on a weekday, I would, man.
Damn.
I get up at 4 the next morning.
I feel you. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all, man.
Yep. Peace out.